2022 is almost at an end. Did you accomplish what you set out for? Or did you massively get behind the 8 ball? I don't know what happened, but I can tell you this. 2023 and beyond are going to be absolutely epic if you stick in there and listen to what I'm about to share with you on today's episode. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Welcome to another show of the making of a DM. Hanging out here in a new location, Parkland, Florida. Overlooking the golf course. Perfect day. I was looking at the cameras in Ohio. It's cold. It's dark and gray. And I'm very thankful that I'm sitting here talking to you today from Parkland. So I just want to share with you guys, we're just getting moved down here. As you know, we live in Ohio part-time and Parkland, Florida part-time. And it's been chaos in a good way in the last 7 days. But I'm here. I've been cranking. Got a lot of cool stuff to share with you today. I want to talk to you first and foremost to say thank you guys so much. I get so much love and direct messages and comments. And if you're watching the video, this crazy glove I have, that's the buffer for the audio. I'm not changing it because it's working. And it's what I do. You know, if you don't like it, I guess, well, you got bigger problems if you're worried about stuff like that. I want to talk to you today and just say thank you. Thank you for all the, just great support. It absolutely is amazing when you share it and connect me with other people. I've had some really amazing conversations the last 7 days with people that started off listening to the podcast show, and now they're in our ecosystem in the DM Alliance or the DM family, both amazing groups with amazing people. I'm just honored to be able to do those kind of things. It literally is like the best job in the world. I get to talk to guys and gals that want to take control of their life, that are willing to do the work, that knows it's not always easy, but it's worth it. And I get to do that. I get paid to do it. Dollar for time exchange is not my best, but it is definitely something I have massive joy about. And I want to talk to you today about some stuff because we're coming to the end of 2022. I know it sounds crazy. I remember talking at the beginning of the year this year and about how to accomplish things and crush it. And a lot of stuff's changing in the world. And you're either changing with it or you're going to get buried with what's going on. But we are towards the end of 2022, depending when you're listening to this. We're about 2 weeks out. I'm sitting here looking at all of our companies, all of our teams, all the new ventures I'm involved in, what's working, what's not. Some things are amazing. Some things aren't so amazing. But listen, that's called life and business. What do you want? Everything to be perfect all the time? That's never going to be the case. But I do know this for sure. And make note of this. Not all levers are created equal. I see so many great people busting their tail, busier than anybody I know, and yet they barely have any money. They barely make any waves in any shape or form because they're so damn busy doing busy work. I get it. I used to do the same silly shit. And what we need to do is I'm going to talk to you today about a thing I do, energy audit, effort audit, e-audit, whatever you want to call it. I literally, for the last 7 days, I've been paying attention to where all my time's spent. Where am I investing my time? We all, you and I, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, all of us have the same 24 hours in a day. That's no secret. But why can one be so much more successful, accomplish so many more things than the other? Well, it's because they're doing what I'm about to share with you. And if you implement this, you're going to gain a grasp because you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be real with yourself. What are you investing your time and energy in? And I know a lot of times, it's amazing to me. I talk to guys and gals and they're like, dude, it's so hard. I don't have enough time. But I go on their Facebook or I go on their Instagram and they're taking more fucking trips than anybody I know. They're at every sporting event under the moon and they're getting smashed on the weekends. And they're wondering why they're not growing. I wonder. So we want to get super genuine with ourselves and get real and audit our efforts. Take our energy audit. So I use something simple like Google Calendar. Very simple. And you could use pen and paper. That's fine too. But literally write down your day. What are you doing in the morning? What time do you get up? What time do you go to bed? Those are easy. The sleeping thing, you're already a third way there because you're sleeping probably a third of the time, right? So there's a third of it, right? Getting ready, getting prepared, getting good sleep, getting rest. And then what time are you getting up? What are you doing when you get up? And I want you to do these in half-hour increments. Understand where your efforts are spent. It's okay if you have an hour meeting, but can I shrink the hour meeting to a half-hour meeting? Most meetings that I go to or listen to, I literally am at awe at how much fucking wasted time there is with people talking about absolutely nothing. Most of the time, they're talking about shit to justify their bullshit lack of action. Well, you don't understand, but I don't need to understand. You need to show up and grow the fuck up, and let's execute a plan of action. And if you're not willing to do that, shut the fuck up, get someone that can, and let's get to work. That's an energy audit. See, the thing is, most people are moping around in life. Moping around in their effort. Oh, I gotta do this today. I'll get to it tomorrow. Maybe next week. You don't understand. I'm so busy. Oh, hold on. My friend's got a call. I got to go out and hang out with them at the bar. Right? Now, all of a sudden, they got all this energy. Right? They're ready. But in all seriousness, like I look at these 5 core values: family, focus, friends, finances, and faith. What are you working on? Actually, I got 6. Fun. Add fun in there. Faith, family, fitness, fun, finances. What do you got? What do you got on these efforts? For example, today, up at 4:38 a.m. Now, listen, when you hear that, I don't want you to like, dude, I can't get up at 4:38. Okay, cool, don't. But what I want you to do is identify where you're the most successful in your day, right? I want you to understand that this is the time when you need to understand where you're at in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I have a lot of buddies that work from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. That's when they're the most productive. The kids are asleep, their wife's asleep, or spouse, and they're working. They're so focused. They're just doing the work. Keep in mind, that's going to have them getting up at, probably 8, 11. They're going to sleep 7, 8 hours, right? So 10 to 11 a.m. They're starting at work at noon. I'm like, damn, dude, how do you do that? Keep in mind, my day's pretty much half done by then, if not more. That's not right or wrong, though. I think so many people are like, dude, Evans does it this way. It's the way it's got to be. No, that's when I'm the most productive for me. That's in my DNA. That's how I've trained myself. I've been like this since I can remember. I've been getting up early my whole life, right? So it's just kind of ingrained in me. Just get up early. I'm very at peace from, and then I'm at the gym, 5:30, 6 in the morning. Do my thing. I'm back by 7:30. Oftentimes my kids are still sleeping. I can kind of get another hour, hour-ish of stuff done. If I have to, follow up on people, connect the dots, do whatever I need to do. And then I try to have breakfast with the kiddos, right? 8:30-ish before the teacher gets here at 9. Me and the wife talk real quick. Boom, off the effort, get to work. So what does your schedule look like? I want you to pay close attention because a lot of you are pulling levers that literally aren't going to do anything at all. And I want you to pay very close attention and ask yourself, if I did not do this, what does it cause? What is the effect, right? There's a cause and effect to everything. If I do not do this effort, most of you just fucking dick around. It's annoying to me, to say the least, right? I don't even know what you're thinking about when you're sitting there moving paperwork around. Oh, man, I need better visibility on my document. Dude, you ain't got no fucking money in the bank. What do you need to organize a document for, right? Get to the efforts that matter, right? Most of you are so busy focusing on 1 to 0 things, not even one-on-one things, one-on-one efforts. Like, how do I close more business? How do I convert more deals? How do I educate and lead my team one-on-one so we can actually elevate the whole ecosystem in a global manner? As I do this more and more, they're going to grow with me. They're going to help me grow the organization. They're going to help grow the conversations. And it's a multiplier. That's a multiplied effort, right? Not only that, I have kids. So by usually 3:30ish or 4, I got to be done because I got tennis, we got golf. I take the kids out. I enjoy going. Truth is, honestly, yesterday, I'm recording this today on Monday, it was Santa, breakfast with Santa. And I live at a pretty cool country club here. Everyone's hanging out. Everyone's dressed to the nines, either in their, cool outfits or their bedtime outfits, right? To take a picture with Santa. And shockingly, maybe not so shockingly, I saw a lot of families there without their husbands. That's weird to me. And I've talked to a couple, I'm like, oh, they're going with their buddies again this weekend. I don't know if that's business or pleasure, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking, and they got two amazing little kids. I'm like, how sad is it? What are you running from? Listen, now don't get me wrong, I don't want to always be there, but I get to be there. My children are only going to be 7 and 3 one time. You know how many deals, you know how many fucking stupid ass NFL games will be around? Baseball, football, stuff that no one gives a fuck about except the person that's making something out of it. I just look at this and I think about these things because they clearly have not prioritized what's important to me. And I'm not judging it. It's just weird to me because these kids have no choice in that, right? I want my kids to know dad is around, dad is present, dad is doing what good dads do. But I digress. When you're looking at your list over the next 7 days, where are you spending family time, faith time, fitness time, fun time, focusing on growing your finances, right? What are you doing with all this? Today, I've already had, by the time I'm talking to you, I've had multiple calls and messages, but from tax advising to lawyer new business creation stuff to working on a new book, one-to-many effort, right? Right now, it sucks because nothing's happening necessarily result-wise, but the results will show up through the effort that I'm putting in today down the road. Just like this podcast show. I'm shooting this in an office in Parkland, Florida, at my house by myself. But when I shoot this, I know the effort, this 1 hour that I'm dedicated to this for the day, is going to go out and be seen and heard tens of thousands of hours, hopefully hundreds of thousands of hours, right? If not millions of hours. One to many. I think most people don't do these kind of actions, write books, create podcast shows, send out emails on a consistent basis to their database, is because they don't see an immediate result, right? Get excited about accomplishing an action that is a multiplier action. Me talking to someone on a job site about something that costs $37 to fix when they could just fix it on their own is not my time best spent, because I lose revenue, I lose effort, I lose time. You and I are all chasing the same thing, time. Money will give you more time freedom if you understand family, faith, fitness, finance, and fun, and understanding what is important to you. Right? We're all in different seasons of life. Different things are happening in business. Different, I have 2 young kids. You might not have no kids. You might have kids in college already or out of college. Like, there's so many variables here. But it's not about me. It's about you. And over the next 7 days, keep track of where you're investing your time. What levers are you pulling that's getting you to accomplish the things you say you want to accomplish? Because I hope you're not that person that waits till January 1st to take action. Right? Well, I'm waiting till January 1st, and that's when it's all going to change. Really? You're that fucking lame? You should be doing this every week, by the way, not once a year. This is a weekly action. Worst case, do this quarterly. If you're off track or on track, you need to be paying attention to what's working and what's not. What's serving you as opposed to what isn't serving you. Big news, too. One thing, I sat down about a year ago. I actually was laying in bed, nursing a hangover. And I was laying in bed. I'm like, dude, what's serving me and not serving me today? And what was not serving me was alcohol. I'm all in when I'm drinking. I only drank once or twice a month anyways. I wasn't a big drinker, but when I drank enough for the days I wasn't drinking. But the truth is, in all seriousness, is it took me 2-3 days to get back to like where I felt good, right? I kind of got depressed. It wasn't like the hangover. It was more of the emotional side of things. I just like, dude, I'm better than this. Like, right, when you're hungover, yeah, I still played with my kids, but I wasn't 100%. I wasn't present like I wanted to be. So December 10th, last year, 2021, I stopped drinking. Literally, I stopped drinking. I didn't make it a big deal. I don't think I've ever talked about it until now, but it's been 365 days since I haven't drank alcohol. And I'm proud of that because our mind is so powerful. And when you realize what's serving you and what's not, you start making the decisions that align with what you say you really want. I want to wake up feeling good. Noted. I want to wake up being productive. Noted, right? What makes me not productive and not want to work? Drinking. The night before is cool, but am I cool to sacrifice 3 days of my life to go through hell to get back on track? The answer is absolutely not. But until I put it into that kind of context, nothing changed until I made the change. And this is all through energy auditing. What's sucking my energy away from me? Maybe you have people in your companies that you need to let go. You know it. They know it. You need to make the decision and execute on the decision. I'm not saying what I'm talking about is always easy and rainbows and unicorns. Actually, oftentimes it's the opposite. It's hard. It's emotional. It's scary. It's sad. But at the end of the day, if you don't execute what you know, you're the one that's sad, emotional, upset, depressed, and you're carrying all this weight around with you. I did it for years. I still catch myself doing it often because I do care. I do want to help people. I see more in them than they often see in themselves. So it's frustrating when they're not aligning or getting, or they're initially aligned, but then they don't do the efforts to stay on track. So back to the energy audit. Over the next 7 days, what time do you go to bed? What time do you get up? I'm like an old man. I like to eat at like 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. I go to bed. I'm laying in the bed by 9 at the latest, usually 8:30 to 9. We're hanging out in the bedroom. The kids are jumping around, acting crazy, right? And then I'm in bed. I'm sleeping by 10 p.m. is the goal every morning, every night. And then usually I'm up around the 4-ish to 5:30 range, depending what day. And depending what I got going on, if I'm hitting it hard or not hitting it hard, if I stayed up late, there's a lot of variables, all this shit. And again, this is not 100% all the time. This is this is real life, and we're always editing. We're always connecting the dots. We got to be paying attention to living and growing consciously. Most of us are just going through the motions, right? Just hard-headed and just trying to figure it out on the fly. You don't have to. And I don't make this a bigger deal than it is. It's a basic schedule. I don't like a lot of shit on my schedule, but I do pay attention to my time, right? As I'm talking to you, I have 1 hour dog-eared for this podcast show. As soon as I get done with this, I got another call on a six-figure business deal I'm doing it's a high six-figure business deal I'm doing. I got to talk to the adjuster. I got to talk to the investor. I got to talk to his partner. And that's good time spent for me because literally in an hour, if things go as planned, it could be a mid six-figure net profit in a very short time frame. Like when I say short, that's like 40 days or less, right? Not a bad deal if it goes well. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I learned a lot from it. I have another hour to do something else. And then after I get done with that, I have a call with my assistants, Kim and Aaron. I get on the phone with them. We're working on a couple cool projects. We got some events coming up in February for the DM Alliance and the DM family. So we're going to talk about that, where we at, what's going on. Again, most of them, they're talking to me, telling me the plans, what they've discovered, what hotel locations, what we're looking at budget-wise. There's a lot of conversations like that, maybe a half hour or so. And then I say yes or no, and we move on, right? But it will impact hundreds of people because that's how many will show up to that event. So my efforts, the 1 hour or half hour effort with my team is going to help create a bigger play in the future. So the reason I'm trying to share this stuff is like, it's real life. It's real world of what's going on in my world. And at 4 o'clock, I take my son to tennis. Me, my wife, and my daughter, we all go down there and hang out. We're watching him play tennis. There's like 25 kids there. It's like kind of a cool, fun thing, hanging out with the parents. We're talking, their kids are playing. My daughter's on the playground playing. Like, it's just a fun, cool thing. Like I don't want to miss it. And I don't want to. So therefore I do not miss it unless it's on my schedule to miss it. And I try not to do that. So finances, like I said, I was talking with my tax accountant, tax advisor, I should say. Also my lawyer about utilizing some LLC strategies to make some moves. I got some new acquisitions and business I'm doing. Are we trying to do it Q1? Are we trying to do it before the end of the year? Finally, there's all these conversations going on, but it's not me just doing all the work. I'm not that smart. I ask for help every single day. I have lots of great team members on all levels of my life, making me better from health, wealth, finance, fitness, fun, all this shit, right? So take stock, audit your time. If you're not getting the results you want, it's not because they don't exist. It's because you're not pulling the right levers to get the results to show up there, right? It's like working out. It's very simple. If you want to lose weight, eat less calories and burn more calories. That's the motto. It all takes effort, takes awareness. Most people aren't willing to do that. Instead, they want to take a pill and solve the problem overnight. Well, that's why most of the people in the world are overweight. They're looking for the pill formula. That's why most people in the world don't have financial security, because they're looking for the fast, get rich quick. What I do is not get rich quick. It's get rich definitely. But I've been at this game 26 years. I'm still learning. The truth is, I actually am learning more today than I did in the beginning. Why? Because now I know it's possible. I've done all the efforts. I've done the results. I've got some cash. I've seen it actually work. Now I know it's real, and I see how small I've been playing. There's so many levels inside of the level, and I want you to enjoy the process. I want you to connect. It's not always going to be enjoyable, but it's enjoyable when you know you're moving in the right direction. So what are you doing daily? We all have the same 24 hours. What are you doing daily with your time? It's not showing up and learning on a webinar. It's not showing, like, I see so many of you overeducated. Therefore, you're stutter stepping on everything you do. Because, well, that's not what Mark said. No, that's not what Steve said. No, that's not what Andy said. No, that's not what Sean said. Okay, well, 3 months goes by and you haven't done anything. Right? So I'm looking at execution. I'm looking at my audit every single day. It's quick and easy. Like I said, don't turn this into a job, because you're not going to do it. Literally just write down what you did today and let's get focused, because the opportunities are endless. Endless. How are you extracting to get deals? Are you doing one-to-many, meaning posting on social media, sending out an email? I write one email, send 100 people. I just talked to 100 people doing one action. When I do social media posts, when I do one social media post, it goes out to tens of hundreds of thousands. That one social post impacts more people's lives. Now, I could write a direct mail letter and send it to one person. I could type in one email. Hey, Nancy, hope all's well. Anyways, I have a deal. Would you like to buy it? Click here, right? No, I create a message and I send it out to the mass. These are levers I'm pulling. So when you see people shooting up and moving things you want, they're doing it at a bigger level. This requires hiring people. This requires getting technology to be able to do that. You have to have an email autoresponder system. This requires a podcast setup. You can shoot a video on your phone, plug it into YouTube, plug it into TikTok, plug it into Facebook, plug it into LinkedIn, plug it into Instagram. They all work, but you got to do the work. How are you sorting your time out, right? Today, I went to the chiropractor. I mean, I've done all kinds of shit. A lot of it's for self-care. A lot of it's for my financial wealth. A lot of it's for my family, right? Because after I do this, do that other call, I'm going to go sit down with the kids, have a quick snack, hang out by the pool for probably a half hour, and then connect with them, come back up here, make a couple more calls. At 4 o'clock, I'm out. I'm done, right? I'm shutting it down. So taking this energy audit will give you so much clarity of really what your time is spent on. I think you're going to be absolutely amazed, maybe appalled, that how much time you're wasting, how much energy and effort that is literally it's going up in smoke. Now, depending on what age you are, I'm 44. You might be 23 thinking you're living forever. I wish what I'm sharing with you, I knew what I knew then. I wish, but I can't do anything about it now. I can only do something about it today. My goal is that you hear my voice, you audit your days, and you execute with intention. You have a clear, crystal clear path of execution. If I do this, this outcome is going to show up. It will never show up as fast as you want. It will never be as big as you want, as fast as you want. But it will show up. And when it does show up, you're like, damn, I should have done it bigger. Should have done it faster. I've never had anybody tell me they wish I had waited to do this. It gives me full clarity. I do this with my team. If they're like, dude, no sales are happening. Cool, show me your schedule. How many people have you called? How many offers have you made? See, it's interesting to me. Everyone out here wants to make more money. They want to grow their company. And all I got to do is say, okay, how much have you invested in marketing? And how many offers have you made today? It's usually, I don't know. That means 0, by the way. And or maybe 1. That means 0, by the way. How many days do you go without making offers? How many days do you go without investing money in marketing to grow your enterprise and expect to wake up tomorrow like you're going to fucking hit the jackpot and win the game? I don't care how goddamn good your product is. People aren't walking to your house or your office banging on the doors to pay you money to get for your product or services. They just don't even know you exist. So you got to stop getting complacent. It's delusional behavior at the highest level, right? Everyone knows, keep doing the same things, expecting different results. That's the form of insanity. I see it every day. Mark, my business isn't growing. Cool. How much have you spent on marketing? Nothing. How the fuck do you expect your business to grow? Cool. You don't have money for marketing? How many emails have you sent out to your database that costs like $100 a month to do? 0. Cool. You have this amazing phone with an unlimited plan. How many text messages? How many voice videos? Face videos? How many voice messages? How many text messages have you sent to prospects and clients, past clients? Well, you don't understand. 0. I mean, you have all these excuses of why you can't do it. Just give me one excuse why you can. One reason. Why can you do it? Because your future depends on it. It's critical that you do these one-to-many actions. It's critical that you take these actions to get the results that you desire. I know it's not always easy, but it's needed and it's a must if you want to grow. See, in the DM Alliance, the DM family, we don't talk like, oh, this is hocus pocus bullshit. This is a formula. Business is a straight formula. How much money you're spending on marketing? What's the cost to acquire a prospect? What's the cost to acquire a customer? And what's your COGS, cost of goods sold? This could be on information products. This could be on technology, a SaaS program, a monthly, like MMR, like recurring incomes, power. There's so many variables, but very few people have anything on their schedule, let alone 7 days, let alone 7 years, on how to build a business. See, you're not building a business. You're doing it. Well, my marketing plan is word of mouth. No, that's a cool thing to have, and that's awesome. But you can enhance your word of mouth marketing through marketing. You can enhance your word of mouth business by asking for more business from people that are giving you word of mouth. You can enhance it. But yet, too many people are too lazy. They feel weird. Oh, I don't want to ask them. Well, ask them. They're out there, like, they're your client, they're your prospect. Ask for the business, right? It's like when you get a phone. You get a brand new phone. No one randomly just calls you and says, hey, I want to buy your product and service. No, you got to promote your phone number to get the phone to ring. Just like when you get a brand new website. You got to promote your website. If they don't know your website exists, you can't serve them. You can't help them. You can't sell them. You can't generate revenue. I want you to get back to your energy audit. I want you to get real serious over the next 7 days. I want you to focus and tell me where you're spending the most of your time. Most of you listening to my voice, unfortunately, are not focused on the things that matter. You're focused on the things that make you comfortable. You're focused on the things that you think you know how to do. I know how to rearrange paperwork. I know how to set up a new CRM. All this bullshit that you've lied to yourself about to get to this point. Probably one very thing that happened recently, I was talking on a webinar about how your direct reflection is in your business bank account, your bank, personally and business. Whatever you think you're worth is in that bank account. There's no way to argue the fact that that's what you're worth because that's what's in there. That's what's in there. And someone messaged me, they had under a growing person with multiple kids has less than $100 in his bank account. That's sad to me. That's why I'm here, because I want to help people have millions in their bank account. I know it can be done because I was there before 26 years ago. I know how this works. I know how real business is built. I've built many and continue to buy and build more and will never stop building. Business is not hard. It's complicated, but not hard. If you have leads coming in, you have a process to process the leads to make sales, and you have a way to fulfill them, and you have profit at the end, the person is the one that messes all this shit up. The system is there. You just have to execute. Manage your time, manage your expectations, and the results will show up if that's what you desire. But we have to get to work. We have 2 weeks left in 2022. It's absolutely go time. Energy audit the shit out of your time. Pay attention. Start learning to know what to say yes to. Start learning to what to know. Say, dude, I don't need to do that. That's not going to change anything in my business. I do this constantly. Everyone I know that's crushing it does it constantly. And if you're not succeeding at the level you want, it's because you've probably never audited your time to understand what is working and what isn't for you. That's all I'm going to leave it at. That's it. Energy audit. Get to work. Keep you posted. And I'll see you in a week. Make the day count. Peace.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should have held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's DM. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.